But at the same time, like Patrice had this, like he could be like dumpy to you, but it was also kind of like a loving thing.
Yeah.
I remember the second week I'd been a regular. I'm so nervous to be. I'm like a regular at the Comedy Cellar. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. It's starting to hit me like all the privilege that I have of doing it there. So I go downstairs, 30 people, maybe in the whole room, and it was one of those nights everybody was still upstairs. So as I'm performing my set, 2 weeks in at the Cellar, realizing I'm sharing a stage with these incredible comics, Patrice brings like a conga line in, and he sits down in the front row because nobody's sitting in the front. So it's Patrice, Norton, Voss, Keith Robinson, I believe Bobby, and then Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting in the front row. And literally, I start crumbling. I'm losing faith in myself. I'm doing my jokes. I'm doing jokes, and Patrice is leading them. So I do a joke, and then Patrice would just lean his head out and shake his head, and they'd all just sit there and be quiet, okay? So they know I'm getting the light, okay? So I get the light, and I'm doing my Bruce Lee bit, which was like my ace up the sleeve. If I was ever bombing, I could do Bruce Lee having sex. It would crush. Good night. It doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish, right? So I start to do the Bruce Lee bit, and Patrice leans in, gives them the nod, and as if it was synchronized, one by one, they stand up and start to walk out distracting everybody because they'd seen these killers go. I bombed so hard. It's one of the worst bombs I've ever had in my life. I bombed so hard, and then I walk up, and I'm like, I didn't even want to get my stuff. My bag's upstairs. They're all sitting at the table. So I go up, and they're sitting at the table, and they all just sit there, and no one's saying a word, okay? So then I grab my bag, and I start walking out. I don't say a word to them. They don't say a word to me. And then all of a sudden, I just hear just a slow clap from Patrice, and I was like, oh my God! And they all start dying laughing. I was like, all right, maybe I'm part of the club now. I was like,